I just want to get the opening take from the other two gentlemen. Victor, what is your assessment of the media space in the year 2023?
Thank you. The media space, Dan, has grown. Obviously, the number of journalists or media practitioners now are over 15,000. That's growth. We are talking about 135 TV stations in the country, nearly 225 radio stations. So, I mean, nearly 100 print, both online and offline prints. That's our growth that we are seeing, growth in terms of independent content producers, a big drift. I mean, people either leaving or being sacked from newsrooms, so that there's a lot of journalism now outside newsrooms by way of blogs, by way of now independent content producers selling their news to the media houses. That's growth. Partnerships on content production, a big time that is growing. But obviously that has also come with also other, not necessarily challenges, but other implications for us, like regulators. Regulation in a changed space, that the media regulation has not been the way it would be. Things like media councils were made, the law were made for a council to look very reactive, to look at a newspaper that has done a wrong story, then somebody comes to complain, then media council summons them. I mean, but now people are consuming news in their bedrooms, and when will the media council see them? When they are consuming, for example, harmful content. So a change in the way media regulation must be done. Obviously, the diminishing line between now what people would call citizen journalists or content producers and journalists. I mean, we are struggling. I mean, as we know who is a journalist, but people who see any photo by anybody says those are journalists. So that's something that we must obviously guard against. How do we guard the brand, the journalists, the trained ones, against anybody who just throws content and calls themselves whatever they call themselves? So that has also meant councils and other places to think more about media literacy, digital literacy, that how do we get people to become responsible consumers of content, which talks to what Paul is saying, that why are people now reading financial news, that people gradually are appreciating the role of information which can be gotten from media, which has already been analyzed for a quick. Somebody who wants to know to invest in Kenya, I can pick Business Daily and no, I'll get what I want. So we see specialized consumption of content that people are becoming keen. I mean, one of the other things we are seeing, again, traditional media, which people thought was struggling, is coming back, and we see sales revenues that as government and other people are drawing back and getting their advertising revenue to maybe digital platforms. That media houses have innovated, and we see a big return to people buying newspapers. That's a major thing that we're observing. But obviously also a big rethink that how do Kenya, for example, compare with countries like South Africa, Australia, that instead of fighting the giants, the big technical giants, the Googles, is how do we tap into working with them so that they pay for the content they steal from us instead of fighting with them. So those are things, and that's why a number of reviews in our media sector. The minister has, for example, picked a task force to look at the laws. The media council is looking at, for example, a task force looking at AI and other things and how they can help media. So we see a lot of those mixed signals, I mean, that are very encouraging towards some of us who are journalists. That those are encouraging, and people getting paid in journalism. While, I mean, Eric will talk about, and it's true, a number of our colleagues have paid for a number of years without pay, a number of months. But equally, there are a lot of people, I mean, who are coming up in journalism, who are getting good money from journalism. While they are not millionaires, but somebody like Paul is well paid. So, I mean, in good faith, in good faith. So we see all those happening, and we are happy that despite those challenges, we need just to fix a few things, and media is still there.
All right, thank you.